What's going on, guys? We are back in studio, back from Comic-Con. I've got the sunburn to prove it, and today we're breaking down all the news, or lack thereof, that came out of Comic-Con. And we've got an awesome panel to talk about it with. First, he is a comic book writer. He's written for DC and Marvel, currently Batwoman, Mark Andreyko.
Morning, Hal.
And he is also a great friend of the show. He is the head badass at Badass Digest, Devin Faraci.
Hello.
All right, so let's talk about the news that came out this year. Last year was huge. You had the announcement of Batman vs. Superman with that iconic logo coming up. They announced Avengers 2, Age of Ultron. Comparatively this year, was it a disappointment? Devin, I know you spent a lot of time in Hall H.
Yeah, I live in Hall H at Comic-Con. It was kind of a letdown, but only because I think that we've been so spoiled by the past couple of years, especially by Marvel. Marvel has done such an incredible job year after year of not just making their panel an event. You know, having Tom Hiddleston come out as Loki was like an enormous event. This year it was really low-key. They wanted to announce...
Low-key.
That was not even on purpose. Thank you. Even the stuff with Warner Brothers, we kind of were hoping, oh, well, we're going to find out the Justice League. We're going to find out all this kind of stuff. Having the cast that they do have come out and then just stand there staring at the fans. It was the weirdest thing ever.
Yeah.
Ben Affleck, Henry Cavill, and Gal Gadot come out and just stare out at Hall H. It really was like just parading show ponies.
I'm wondering if that was part of Ben Affleck's contract, because he was certainly brave to go into a room of thousands of people that said that was the worst thing ever since the Black Plague.
But that's why I wanted him to come out, pick up the mic, put on his Batman voice, and be like, how do you like me now, nerds?
Well, I got to say, even though the footage was really, really short, I thought that Batman-Superman footage was pretty amazing. It made me want to come back next year and see the longer footage before they release it in 2 years from now. I was really, really impressed.
Devin, you were in Hall H when that played.
Sure
Talk
did.
to me about the reaction and the energy in the room.
It was enormous. I mean, people really exploded. I mean, to be able to see any footage at all was exciting. This particular bit of footage is really well done. For me, the DC stuff was mixed because that footage was great.
Yeah.
But then the Wonder Woman costume I found to be extraordinarily lacking.
Oh, Xeno Warrior Princess, you mean?
It's like they went with the very famous brown version of Wonder Woman. I don't really understand why Zack Snyder doesn't like multiple colors.
Once again, it's 2 years out. It's a teaser image. And I'm sure, since we're going to have 76 different action figures from every character in this movie, I'm sure she's going to have 12 or 13 different costumes.
So the reaction of Hall H to the Batman-Superman footage was colossal. What was the reaction comparatively to the Avengers 2 Age of Ultron footage?
Oh, it was enormous as well. I mean, the thing about the Avengers footage is that Marvel totally understands their audience. And so it opens with this party scene of all these characters interacting and having fun, which is what we love about these characters and these actors. And then everything goes terribly wrong. And then the rest of the footage just sells you the idea that the Avengers are totally outclassed. So I think that the reaction was enormous. I think Marvel kind of actually blew it by not showing it twice. Hall H loves to see this footage twice. They show Batman vs. Superman twice.
And I don't know when these studios are going to realize that they should release it on the internet instantly after.
Thank you!
To keep that snowball effect going.
I disagree totally.
Oh.
To me, here's the thing, is that I've been coming to Comic-Con for a long time. I've been going to Hall H for a long time.
Yes.
Part of the appeal and the whole point of going there is to see things that are exclusive and special to this event. If it's all on the internet immediately, why even go?
But if you're a movie studio, if you're a conglomerate like a Disney or a Warner Brothers, do you want to serve the 6,000 people in Hall H or the 600 million people that are instantly going to watch it when they hear what it was in it? It doesn't. I get it, but it seems like diminishing returns. I'm just waiting for the huge backlash because fans are fickle and they like everything until they don't.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I get serving the fans, but when has San Diego been about the fans in the past 10 years? It's become a trade show that fans are allowed to go to.
How do we think Ant-Man is shaping up?
Well, Peyton Reed, I've known for years, and I think Peyton's a really great director. I'm not envious of his situation. You know, after coming into Batwoman after a beloved creative team left, I definitely relate to going into that job. But I think Peyton's going to be great. Peyton is a really great director. He's got a real nice mix. He's the best of the Marvel style. He balances the humor with the serious really, really well.
And he's a real hardcore nerd. He also has a really great comedy background that people don't realize.
Oh yeah,
they see
Mr.
stuff like
Show.
Mr. Show.
Yeah, he directed Mr. Show.
He directed on most of that stuff. So I mean, like he has the real cred. I don't think he gets the props from the fans because they just look and they see the breakup and they see Yes Man on his resume. But he has the depth.
All right, sword to your throat. Tell me who won, Marvel or DC?
I work for him, DC.
Marvel.
All right.
This was preordained.
Yeah.
We could see where this was going to go in advance.
You know what? I'll say Legendary. Woo!
Legendary really knocked it out the park with some of their stuff this year.
Yeah.
I think announcing not just Godzilla 2, but then announcing what monsters are going to be in Godzilla 2.
Yeah, that's the Godzilla movie I want.
Right.
Yeah, you're gonna have your Mothra, you're gonna have your Rodan. That was one of the biggest complaints from me about this current Godzilla movie. I love the tone, but I wanted like one or two more boss battles. You know what I mean?
But that I think the part of the issue was they needed to negotiate the rights with Toho.
That's kind of a smart move on behalf of Toho, considering how bad the Matthew Broderick Godzilla was.
Oh,
the
yeah,
Roland Emmerich.
absolutely.
Yeah, it's like, okay, let's see how you do with this time around, and we'll give you the monsters piecemeal.
And I know that the movie was sort of like mixed from a fan point of view, but Toho loved the new Godzilla.
King Kong, Skull Island, huge. Do you think we're going to see a King Kong versus Godzilla? Is that the setup? Or
Oh, I can't imagine that we're not going to if they're all under the same roof.
There's an interesting nerd issue about this,
Yeah.
which is that the new Godzilla is 10 times larger than any previous Godzilla.
Yes!
So King Kong is basically going to be just punching him in the balls.
King Kong's gonna be like a little gibbon on his shoulder or something. You know what I mean?
Well, you've got written in there with all the radiation. They're doing nuclear tests by Skull Island, and Kong gets mutated.
Could get
and
really big, yeah.
So let's talk big losers.
For me, hands down, Fox. To have a Fantastic Four movie in production right now,
Yeah.
and to not even have a logo or a video message. This was the opportunity to say to the fans, hey, we're actually doing something interesting here, and they didn't take it.
I thought the Star Wars was the biggest loser. I thought for a movie that's coming out next Christmas, and I know Disney will save it for their promotional things, but just have the logo and the beginning of the John Williams theme, and maybe just cuts of just stills of the different characters.
I'm not
You
gonna
don't even
lie.
have footage.
I was hoping for Star Wars. I was hoping for Doctor Strange. Come on, Disney, give us a little
Well, you
more.
know the thing about Star Wars that's sort of sad is that they're being so secretive that fans, just even something as simple as the name of the movie, would have sent shockwaves.
Oh, we have our Star Wars name generator right here. All right, I want each of you to give it one spin, okay? And we will determine what the new... Mark, if you would give it... We're going to give it 2 spins. Gungans. Devin? The Gungan Senate. So it's going to be a bunch of Jar Jar Binkses.
So we're just re-releasing Phantom Menace with a new title, right?
Wow, that's if you thought we could not get worse than the prequels, get ready for Gungan Senate.
I was hoping
best.
it would be Gungans like Tora.
All right, let's just put it on the table. What was the best thing that you saw at Comic-Con?
The Mad Max footage, because I had zero expectations for that being good, and I now can't wait to see that movie.
It kind of came out of nowhere, right?
And it blew the hall up. It was the most amazing thing that we saw, and everybody, they were surprised, and then they were just absolutely blown away by the beautiful practical effects, the incredible action. It was just unbelievable.
What did you think about Comic-Con? What did you wish there was more of? What were you excited to hear about? Leave us a comment below. We want to know what you thought. I got to thank my panel, Mark Andraco, Devin Fracci. Thanks so much, fellas. You rule. And by the way, you guys rule. You were so awesome at Comic-Con. It was so great meeting all the Screen Junkies fans. We're giving you another bonus episode tomorrow. More crazy footage, more fun cosplay. Is it too much? Never. Check us out tomorrow. More awesome Comic-Con coverage. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Hal Rudnick. Hit me up on Twitter. Bye-bye.